Today, we are going to explore the amazing interconnected patterns of life on our planet. We'll be investigating Earth's biomes and the natural processes that dictate their geographic distribution around the world. First, let's look at weather. It's the state of the atmosphere right now, including temperature, pressure, wind, and humidity. Climate is different. It's the average of all weather conditions for a given location over a much longer period. A biome is a large area of our planet classified according to the specific plant and animal life that lives within it. Within these biomes are ecoregions, large areas where living and non-living things interact in unique ways. An ecosystem is a community of living and non-living things interacting together in a particular area. Then we have habitat, the specific environment where an organism lives for part or all of the year. We also find species, groups of similar organisms that can reproduce with each other in their natural habitat. Everything starts with the sun. Sunlight hits the equator most directly, warming the air and starting a global engine. As air at the equator warms, it rises. As it rises, it expands and eventually cools down high in the atmosphere. As this rising air cools, it can't hold as much moisture, leading to the formation of massive cloud systems and rain. This process creates a large atmospheric convection cell called a Hadley cell, starting at the 0-degree latitude line. The air moves away from the equator, then sinks back down around 30 degrees latitude, creating dry, high-pressure zones. This circulation is caused by the planet's rotation and the uneven amount of sunlight each location receives. This repeats with feral cells in the mid-latitudes and polar cells near the poles, circulating air globally. These circulation cells dictate where it rains, and where it rains, we see very different types of life flourish. Scientists track this using the Copernicus Climate Change Service, which uses satellite data to track global trends. The satellite data is validated with precipitation measurements from weather stations all around the world. Scientists averaged all of the amounts occurring each month over 30 years from 1981 to 2012 to create this data. Near the equator, where air rises and cools, we get heavy rain supporting dense tropical biomes. Along the tropics, however, the air sinks and becomes dry. This process creates the conditions for the world's great deserts. A desert is defined as an area that receives no more than 25 centimeters of precipitation in a single year. In cooler northern latitudes, we find the boreal forest, also called the taiga, a land of evergreens. Even further north is the tundra, a vast biome with short growing seasons and very low temperatures. We also have wetlands, areas of land covered or saturated by shallow water throughout the year, like this grove of trees with vibrant green leaves growing directly out of an emerald green lagoon. When we map these, the color chosen represents the predominant biome in that particular location. Remember, maps simplify things. Even within one color, more than one biome might actually be present in that spot. The borders between biomes aren't precise lines, they are transition areas called ecotones. Now, you will investigate precipitation data to see if it supports our explanation of these distributions. What is the difference between the minimum precipitation along the tropics and the maximum along the equator? Create a hypothesis about how precipitation distribution might impact the specific locations of the biomes. Let's review. An area of the planet containing similar plants and animals is called a biome. The environment where an organism lives for part or all of the year is its habitat. A community and the interactions of living and non-living things in an area is an ecosystem. And remember our Hadley cells? They start right at the equator at 0 degrees latitude. Remember, warm air rises at the equator and sinks back down at the tropics, creating that dry desert air. By studying these patterns, we can draw conclusions about why life is distributed this way across the Earth. Remember, scientists didn't just invent these facts. They were measured, averaged, and validated over decades. Keep exploring and stay curious. See you next time.